Welcome to a game with the up-and-coming player Kingston here playing as the Dravidians on Arabia up against the name here we have is Tennessee Whiskey on on spec dashboard. That name is Jack. This player is about a 2k2 to Kingston in the 2k4 range. But we're excited to watch Kingston. This is probably his first appearance on my channel, and I'm really interested to see how he plays. Never really heard of the guy before seeing him at Red Bull Legacy, and boy, did he show up. He proved that he wasn't just there for fun, wasn't just there for filler. He was there to compete, and he did. Now, obviously, we know he didn't really get very far, had to face up against people like the Viper, but he showed that he was not a joke, that he was for real. Here he is. He's preparing for Titans League later today, actually. But right now, playing on the ladder, and it looks like he might be practicing a Dravidian strategy. This is not the first game I've seen that he was on Dravidians today, so we'll be interested to see what he's doing. Now, he's up against Tennessee Whiskey or Jack over here. Jack is a... Oh, interesting. So these players are bringing in their boar, like, immediately. Interesting. I need to think about that. They're, yeah, just immediately bringing in the boar. Maybe not quite immediately, but... Tennessee Whiskey playing here as the Ethiopians. Very middle of the pack civ, one of the top tier archer civs of the game, but not much good at anything else. Tennessee Whiskey pushing in all three ostriches, it looks like. Yeah, 1, 2, 3. And we see Kingston working on the same thing, pushing in the second one right now. So Kingston, it looks like, left 4 sheep for later, or goats, and we have the difference here being the Tennessee Whiskey Jack left 5. So it's slight deviation on the build order. These guys are good enough that they play their own build orders. There's kind of a so nice getting it right in under there. There's a variation in this game of players who play their own build orders, and it's the extremes. So I actually just got done casting a game where the players played their own build orders, and it was a viewer game, and it was a low elo viewer game, and the players did not have build orders. Now, I prefer the game that way. That's the way the game is meant to be played. You just adapt, overcome. You're not memorizing some precise strategy. You're just doing your best to figure out how to get things happening when you want them happening. You're just having fun playing your game, not doing some hardcore 1000 APM nonsense. But, you know, the hardcore 1000 APM nonsense is really entertaining to watch. And on the other extreme of players, we have the top level players who are good enough to invent their own build orders. We have the bottom level players inventing their own build orders as they go. It doesn't generally go super well. We have the top level players doing the same. Everybody in the middle follows the top level build orders to an extent and just kind of mimics each other. I love to see unique builds, unique strategies, and I think Kingston is a guy who is not afraid of breaking the mold. I don't think he's necessarily too out of the box, but I don't think he's gonna just stick to what we've seen before. Both players up very quickly with 0 seconds of idle TC time. We have Loom, I would say, for both players. Yeah, for sure. And so I'm not sure what difference, the Vil difference is what it is with so little time between. 0 seconds of idle TC time, though, for both players. And Feudal Age going to be reached essentially at the same time. Barracks being dropped, gonna get done just at the right time, and the same thing from Tennessee Whiskey. Now, Ethiopians, we're expecting archers, and we see gold about to be gathered in. Gonna need large quantities of gold here if he's gonna be going archers. I don't know what to expect. Okay, we're seeing scouts here. Tennessee Whiskey Jack has already scouted that. He's noticed, okay, it's gonna be scouts for our opponent, which means probably a couple spearmen being added. Kingston actually already adding a spearman. And it's an archery range, which Kingston scouted. That's so clean from these guys. They're scouting what the opponent is doing as they're even doing it, before it's even done. And straight into archers. This is definitely something prepared. Scouts, and then straight into archers. Interesting play. You can see the spearmen already out, archers on the way out. Actually, it's probably going to be scouts into... We have nobody on gold. Skirmishers. Dravidians have... I believe the Dravidians have the faster firing skirmishers. So this is exciting to see the Dravidians being used to their strengths. A civ that when they were introduced, everyone thought was underwhelming. They haven't really been buffed, and they're finding a place in the game. Bengalis, not really yet. They have found on one map, there's one strategy to play on one map. Kingston going for some pretty aggressive walls, I would say. Trying to put the pressure on his opponent and get walled up. Now, these archers did slip by. Skirmishers, though, on the way out just in time. Oh, the timing of this is so nice, actually. 2 archers, 2 spearmen versus 2 skirmishers already out. And Jack has got to be like, wait a second. Already with the skirmishers, and you need to pop them. And he does. He pops them. He might lose a villager, though. Nope, the archer's forced to run away. The spearmen, not that scary of a unit, although they are going to kill off a skirmisher for sure. Not for sure. Not for sure at all. And Kingston going to be looking at walling this up a little bit here. I'm guessing. This villager still idle. Did not die. And Kingston running around with his scouts at Jack's base. Not paying enough attention. Going to lose the scouts for free. And that's a difference you see between 2K4 and 2K6, right? Stuff like that is like such a little tiny detail. Taking an extra hit from the spearman, but players at the very top, they don't do that. It's unbelievable how clean they are. You can see this villager idle for a bit there. Now the walls are ready to be finished up. And it's also amazing how players at this level are able to just dodge TC shots like they're not firing. I don't understand that. TCs always hit my stuff. But I'm a pretty bad player. And you can see our Ethiopian player realizes, hey, I can't put any pressure. So let's see how close each player is to the castle edge. You can see Kingston has both buildings. Jack has both buildings. You can see these little progress bars. Jack is just a little bit ahead, but not a whole lot, and heading back out with the archers, spotted out by Kingston, who has the skirmishers heading across as well. Realizes he's been spotted, just backs right up. Now, I'm surprised this hole isn't being addressed yet, or this hole. So, all this aggressive walling to leave a couple holes right at the front of your base seems a little odd. If you're going to spend that much time walling, you might as well finish it, right? You might as well block this gap and block this gap. We have padded archer armor on the way for Kingston. So Kingston's not looking to get up to the castle edge just yet. On the other side, we have Tennessee Whiskey. He's going to add in scouts. So this is a lot of feudal age pressure. And now we see the second archery range. Is it just, yeah, okay, adding in archers now. I was going to say, now you need archers. You need archers to deal damage, but he doesn't know the scouts are coming, so why would he make archers? Well, it's a game sense thing. You go this heavily into skirmishers, you figure, hey, my opponent's probably going to do something about it. What's he going to do? Probably make scouts. That's what you do. So you need some archers and some spearmen. Now, with scouts on the field and a lot of skirmishers, you need this walled up. Scouts don't do anything, or skirmishers don't really do anything against scouts. And here come the scouts. 2 scouts now. Not enough archers just yet. And archer skirmisher, this is actually a pretty dicey moment for Kingston Combi. With Jack has a nice little army that can do some damage. 11 to 8 on the military. But that's military that's a little stronger for Jack. Now, Kingston gets those walls up just in time. We can see archers, they're out, but it's just 2. You need like 6 archers to deal with that many. That's just way too many scouts. And this is a pretty dicey situation here for Kingston. He's got to take out as many archers as he can with his his skirmishers before they die and do as much damage. You can see he's microing each group individually, trying to take out the archers, trying to put damage in on the scouts with the archers before the skirmishers all die, because once the skirmishers die, then the scouts turn their attention to the archers, and the archers can get killed off pretty quickly. And that's an army that Kingston can't quite deal with. 9-3 in the military count, so Kingston's got some work to do. Fletching now on the way in. There was no fletching. No fletching this whole time. That's a big deal. Heavy onto gold. And actually getting close to clicking up, but we can see that Jack is also basically up. Jack's going to click up in a few seconds, and Kingston not there yet. Needs some way of getting up, needs some way of defending this. What's he gonna? I think he needs to. Okay, he's just going to add a house wall, but it's not going to happen. The villagers. Okay, there it does go. It does go. This is a very dicey situation. The 6 military here is pretty strong, and these archers pop out. But is it enough? No, it's not enough archers. I don't think there's enough there. And he made a hole. He actually made a hole to get out, and I don't think there's enough. Maybe there is. Maybe there is. I think there is. It's 5 versus 5, but the archery ranges are here. Going to be producing skirmishers. Kingston trying not to lose any villagers. I think he's going to manage to save all his villagers and kill off these archers. Indeed. Nicely done by Kingston. Doesn't lose anything there and getting some damage on the archers. Jack almost to the castle age, though, 1 minute and 6. But Kingston did a really good job getting up as well, selling his stone and clicking up just a few seconds behind, about 20 seconds behind, moving forward across the map. 10 military, though, for Jack, and only 7 for Kingston. This is going to get rewalled. The house moved to the outside for efficiency's sake. Oh, I'm hoping that's walled up there. Hills are nasty with the holes. Now, I'm curious to see how this goes in the Castle Age. Dravidians are a pretty good matchup, I would say, against Ethiopians with their fast-firing skirms. So, I'm expecting skirmisher crossbow versus crossbow siege. Let's see if it's siege. It is siege. Forward siege immediately being dropped. I think that is definitely the appropriate play. And defensive university, so it's going to be ballistics. Fast ballistics versus siege. And that's always the interesting question. Do you trust yourself to micro the siege? Or do you respond with your own siege? Now, he needs to back up. Kingston can't take this fight just yet. He was 20 seconds behind, so he needs to take this fight in 20 seconds. When his upgrades come in, you can see Bodkin, Leather Archer Armor, coming in for Tennessee Whiskey, and it's all in for Kingston. He can take this fight, but he's waiting on ballistics. Does he know about the Siege Workshop? That is my question. I think he should. He does not. He does not. He did not. Now he knows. Now he sees. All right, now what's the response? He sees the Siege Workshop. He's on 1 TC. Jack is going on to 2. The villager count is essentially even. Neither player has lost a villager. Sorry, Jack lost a villager somewhere, but Kingston didn't kill it. So that's probably lost one to some animals somewhere. Those skirmishers, fast-firing skirms versus fast-firing crossbows. Little interesting engagements here. Very well done. Very well done from Kingston so far. Not taking any significant hits, taking very little damage, but at some point you're gonna get hit. It's just a matter of time. This Mangonel, though, is okay. The villager comes back in to repair it, and it stays alive and gets a nice hit on in as well. What kind of response are we seeing? Just elite skirms. We should see... Dravidians can't go cavalry. Dravidian cavalry is so garbage. It's the worst in the game. It's so awkward. So these are 2 civs that just cannot get cavalry. 2 of the worst cavalry civs in the game. The Mangonel's gone, but there should be another one already there. This is definitely awkward. We need more production from... And another stable. What's he gonna make out of the stables, though? Siege Workshop. Okay, that's what he needs. Kingston going for the Siege Workshop. He's making skirmishers against Mangonels and going for the forward siege workshop. Interesting. These crossbows, though, are going to be an issue. Second down center now being added. The eco is moving up in favor of Jack of Tennessee Whiskey here. It's getting a little bit higher up, and he's switching into skirmishers himself. Skirm? Pike. No, those pikes are just left over. The upgrade comes in automatically and freely for our Ethiopian player. And 2 villagers down, 3 villagers, no, just 2 villagers down. Quick reactions there from Kingston, but this is getting dicey. There is a wood line all the way back in the corner, and he does see it. He should head back there and utilize that, honestly. Heading over, looking for the skirmishers. He's got his own siege workshop, building a second stable, but hasn't built it still, making a mangonel of his own. So it's going to be siege versus siege, 2TC versus 2TC, but Jack has had the 2TCs for much longer. Monastery coming in. This siege workshop is looking to go down in a hurry. Siege workshop, mangonel coming out. Let's see what can Kingston do with this. It's uphill from here. That's not a good sign. Oh, he takes a massive hit, loses his mangonel. 1 for 0. He's got to get redemption. Is that the play? Is he going for redemption, monks? And what are these stables doing? They don't seem to be doing anything. Kingston really getting pressured, and he's fallen pretty heavily behind in the eco. The fast ballistics didn't pay off, in my opinion. The KD is not in his favor. A good shot from the mangonel, but it doesn't get a second, and it's down as well. It's 2-0 on the mangonel KD so far. A third mangonel coming out. And what is this monk doing out here? Does he have redemption? I don't think he has redemption. 3 mangonels, and Kingston has to micro against all 3 of them. And that's not something that any player can do. You can't micro against 3 mangonels. I don't care if you're leery. It's just not happening. Kingston is not leery. He is Kingston. Very good player. And is he going to finally get a mangonel kill? He gets 1. All right, there's a 1. But the siege workshop goes down. He gets 2. He gets 2. All 3 going to go down. All 3 mangonels are going to go down. But there's a 4th one here already. Needs a new siege workshop. Kingston surviving the pressure to this point. Gets it. That's 4 down. This 3rd mangonel was the MVP. Uh-oh, there's a hole in his wall, though. Kingston, you've got to get over there, and he's running. He's moving. He's trying to get himself over there, but the military numbers are just not great. It's not great, and it's going to be another villager down for Kingston. Maybe 2. Probably 2. Just the 1. Just the 1. And the army arrives just in time. The siege mangonel being repaired. Siege workshop being built up again. More mangonels coming out. More skirmishers. And the battle continues with Kingston down 20 villagers, though. That's a pretty big deal. That's certainly not nothing. Both players looking to add a 3rd TC right now. And Jack has control of the map. Oh, kill it with the vills. He does so. Gets the mangonel kill with his villagers. Beautiful stuff. Kingston holding on in this game, but it doesn't look good. It really doesn't look good. The eco is worse for him. The military is worse for him. Although it is skirm v skirm, and he does have the better skirmishers. How about the upgrades? Upgrades are the same. Monk coming out again. Oh, but he takes a big mangonel shot. He delivers 1 as well. So there's that. And are these the... No, it's the Bengalese monks that are extra good. So I'm not sure what he's doing with these monks. They're just kind of hanging out, doing things. Trying to convert archers? Like, that's not a play, right? It's just definitely not a play. 1 crossbowman gonna come and annoy that woodline. I love to see that. Great play. Siege workshops. This one's not up yet, so this is just that old mangonel. Really done a good job to keep it alive for as long as he has. And yeah, that arch crossbowman finding some damage. Oh, and he loses the mangonel. Kills off the crossbowman, but there's more crossbowmen, and I can feel the GG moment is soon. Almost 30 villagers behind. Knights even now coming out. and getting raided now with crossbowmen. It just feels like this has to be the moment. 3 more mangonels here, and the military 20 to 11, eco 94 to 67. It's been a fairly back and forth or even game, but Tennessee Whiskey consistently taking the little advantages, in my opinion, just always taking the better end of the fight. Nice. Good shots, good shots. And if this goes incredibly well, but there's no way. Ooh, gets one, gets another one, gets another one. Kingston now showing out with the Mangonel Micro. My goodness, man. Kingston has the hero Mangonels. Can he pull something off here? There's no way, right? No way. No way, but he's trying. He's trying. He's also got crossbowmen walking around inside his base. That's not fun. That is not fun at all. And now Kingston taking the initiative, pushing forward, but it just feels like Kingston can't do anything. Imperial Age is almost in. That's what Jack is waiting for. His 4th TC is being added. He's adding a market. He's adding another archery range. Mangonels are out for both players once again. Big shot, nothing. Just kind of dancing back and forth, hurting each other, but not killing. Ooh. The Mangonel Micro is insane in this game. I don't know how that villager's not died. He just took rocks to the dome, but he didn't die. More Mangonels coming out. More and more and more. Imperial Age on the way, though, for Tennessee Whiskey. And that's got to be the killer blow. 20 villager lead, 10 military lead, and moving to Imperial. It just feels like there's no chance. Lots more archer ranges being added. Couple elephants on the way out here to try and hurt. Ooh, good shot with his dying breath. That Mangonel breath. Mangonels don't have breath. With his dying heave, launching. How did that? Wow. These monks are trying to find value, but just not finding value as the knights. There is a knight somewhere. There he is. He's just not moving out. And even these elephants can't handle the amount of crossbows. Another hero Mangonel, though, and it's just crazy. And these skirmishers firing in on those skirmishers. And here comes a forward castle. I think that goes up. I don't think there's any stopping that. I really don't. Big shot there from Jack, who is moving on in, and then the castle's spotted, and then Imperial Age is going to be in a few seconds, and it's just not good. 4 town centers versus 4 town centers. It's just a little bit dicey. And here's the castle. 20 seconds and then Imp, and I think Imperial Age sees Kingston tap out of this game. He's looking for damage, looking to find a way into his opponent's base. He's just going to find a knight. Imperial Age, do we see the GG? And yes, we do. Immediately we see the GG. Good game, well played. This was an entertaining game from Kingston and Tennessee Whiskey. Let's check our statistics. Military stats, you can see better KD there for our Ethiopian player. More resources collected as well, so the eco better as well. The timing's essentially very close, and I don't think that 20 seconds was what changed the game. I think the decision to go for ballistics, fast ballistics, instead of fast siege was the difference. If there was matching siege, then Kingston, I think, did come out better overall, but he was just always on the back foot on the siege micro. And if he was matched with Jack, might have made a pretty big difference. Society, you can see 115 to 106, and that was the gap much of the game. You can kind of see here, through here, that gap did narrow at the end, actually, as Jack went up to Imperial Age. And for our APM stats, 72 to 73% pretty much evenly matched players, but the extra eco APM was not villager cleanliness or eco cleanliness. It was panic walls and moving villagers in and out of town centers and things. I hope you enjoyed this game. I hope you enjoyed me showcasing this really solid new-ish player. I don't know much about him, Kingston. Uh, if you want to see some more, subscribe. If you enjoyed the video, drop a like. If not, that's all right. We'll catch you in the next one. See ya.